what's up YouTube? Travis here. I apologize for the road noise. I'm out on the road on the snowy day here in central Missouri. And it's actually not that snowy. I mean, there's snow on the ground, but I can still see grass. We only got about probably not even an inch here, and it's mostly melting away. It's snowing right now, but it's melting as it hits, so. Which, let me tell you, after living in Iowa for about 8 years and then coming back to this kind of snow, it's really weird. I'm not used to snow coming down and melting on contact. So, I'm heading south right now to Springfield, Missouri. I'm going to go visit my brother and a friend down there. I get to spend some time with them. And going to spend a little bit of time at Just For Him, which is a local tobacconist down there. Great shop. Can't say enough good things about it. I'm actually smoking a blend from them right now. It's called Magic Flute. Sounds a little ridiculous, but it's a nice aromatic. I asked them for a vanilla blend, but something with a little bit more body and texture to it. And this is very creamy. I would describe it more like a vanilla, maybe not like a custard, but like a frosting. Maybe like a vanilla frosting. That's probably the best way I can describe it. Super smoky, tons of smoke output. I'm smoking it in my Marinade Bruyere by Savinelli. Anyway, 2 minutes in, I haven't got to the point of the video yet. I am going down to Just For Him. Maybe I'll try to take some video there. But I wanted to recap the trip I made yesterday to John's Pipe Shop in Columbia, Missouri. If any of you have been through central Missouri or been to Missouri before, you may have gone to John's. It is interesting. It is definitely a shop that caters to pipe tobacco, although it is very small, and their selection is not large. They have mostly McClellan blends and some Samuel Gawith blends. And that was about it. All of his bulk tobaccos are just renamed McClellan blends. He was happy to tell me that. He was a nice guy. A little soft-spoken. An older fellow. Very, very much, I would say, set in olden ways, which is kind of cool. His cash register had absolutely nothing electronic to do with it. It's the old metal kind. You fling the arm down and the sail flips up and the drawer pops out. This is cool. Just cash, no debit cards or credit cards. He had an old transistor radio playing in there, which was kind of fun. It was interesting though, before I say this, I picked up a couple things. I got a couple ounces of a blend he called Caliburn, which is a kind of a medium English blend. I smoked a bowl over there. It's nice, smooth, Latakia based. Well, I don't know if it's Latakia based, but a healthy dose of Latakia in there, which I like. So I got to enjoy that. I picked up a couple ounces of that. I also picked up a tin that he had on sale. It was he said discontinued. I have no reason not to believe him. But it's by a brand called My Own Blend, which is a gentleman out of Denmark. And it's a mild English blend, number 3005. So if you know anything about My Own Blend tobaccos, I'd be happy to hear about it. I kind of bought it off of a whim because it was on his sale table. It was a 3.5 ounce tin on sale for, sorry about the wind, but it was on sale for $7. Normally, he had normally priced at $14. get it on his half-off table. They also had half-off tins of the Crown Achievement by Lane, which I almost picked up a tin of just because of how cheap it was. But I had a sample of that at the Chicago Pipe Show, and I remembered thinking that at best it was forgettable. And decided to spend my $5 on the Caliburn, which was not even that much, instead of purchasing the tin of Crown Achievement. Now, maybe I regret that. $5 tin is a $5 tin. But I just didn't remember, and like I said, it was forgettable to me. It wasn't that it was bad. And maybe someone here loves Crown Achievement. I'm sorry if I'm offending you. Anyway, so I picked those things up, and then I asked the gentleman there what he had been smoking recently, what he was enjoying. He just kind of laughed. He said, well, mostly McClellan blends, but I smoke just about anything. He said, here, take this. And he threw a Ziploc baggie at me of probably about an ounce of tobacco. He said, I've been enjoying this. I said, well, what is it? He said, just give it a try and see what you think. And that's just the kind of guy he was. Nothing written on the bag. Didn't want to tell me. It smelled Virginia-based, maybe just a hint of Lanicky in it. Maybe a milder, sweeter English. Smelled like it had some Cavendish. I told him it smelled like it had Cavendish. He just chuckled again. He said, oh, you're pretty good. That was just the kind of guy he was. But give you a little more insight on him, and I don't mind saying this because based on my comments, I don't think he'll ever see this. While he was a nice guy, he was pretty adamantly against the internet and pipe smoking, and that he felt that there's too much misinformation and too many people who don't know what they're talking about. Is that kind of comment, which I'll be the first to say I don't always know what I'm talking about when it comes to pipe smoking. All I can do is recount the experience and tell you what's worked for me, what I like, what tastes good to me. I don't know all the right names for everything, but and I may not know the perfect way to pack a pipe, but I enjoy it. And this was brought to my attention when there was a gentleman who was probably about 10 years older than I am. He came in and he wanted to purchase a pipe. It was his first pipe, and he wanted it for reading. Because he didn't like to smoke cigarettes, but he liked to have something, and he thought it'd be kind of nice, and it's definitely like the nostalgia of it and everything. And he was purchasing his pipe, the gentleman was helping him, and I wasn't saying anything, I was just kind of looking around, smoking my pipe. And then the guy who was buying the pipe said to me, oh, what are you smoking? And I told him what it was, and he said, do you think my wife would like the smell of that? And I kind of laughed, and I said, I do not think she would like the smell of that. And the owner kind of chuckled a little bit, and he encouraged him to buy this aromatic tobacco. And I told him, I said, aromatic tobaccos can taste very good. I said, but don't be afraid to try other things. But your wife may not like them, but you may really like them. And I tried to explain the blend how it tasted to me. And he's like, hey, that's pretty interesting. I said, and then I told him, I said, there's one piece of advice I could give you. I said, if you don't have a great experience the first time, don't give up. I said, I packed my pipe way too tight the first time. It burned way too hot. I was trying to puff on it way too hard. And I said, it just wasn't enjoyable. I said, give it a couple of tries. I said, you can always go online. I said, there's lots of good videos on YouTube about it. And that's when the owner just kind of dove in. He's like, oh, he doesn't need YouTube, and there's so much bad stuff on there, and nobody knows what they're talking about there. And I gave him this, and he hands me this pamphlet that looked like it was printed in the 30s, maybe 50s, of how to pack and smoke a pipe. And let me tell you, it was really cool. I thought it was really awesome. And he had given one of those to the guy who bought the pipe. And that's great, but it was just kind of a sad disconnect where I feel like, this older generation of pipe smokers, and I don't know what generation I am, but I'm 30 years old. I don't know if that puts me in the old generation, the new generation, or the middle generation, or what. But there's people out there that have been smoking a pipe a lot longer than I have, who know a lot more than I do. But this gentleman, it just kind of made me sad that he was just so turned off by it. It was like, well, you're missing opportunity to, learn a lot of new things. Now, granted, he's probably forgotten more than I'll ever learn about pipe smoking, but it's really a good way, I think, to spread the hobby. And even if it doesn't spread it in its most purest form, and even if mistakes are made, and even if some people are doing it for the wrong reasons, even, really, I think right now, pipe smoking and cigar smoking is kind of at this cusp, this fork in the road, where there's a lot of potential and a lot of people are interested in it. Now, their reasoning for it is not always the best, not into hipsters, but there's an opportunity to really get information out there, and there's a lot of, back and forth between, is it a good thing, is it a bad thing, anti-smoking, pro-smoking, all this kind of stuff. And it's like, why not try to be involved in things that are going to help further the cause? But anyway, I'm starting to ramble. Overall, John's Pipe Shop, very good experience, very interesting experience. The gentleman there he was fun to talk to, even if he was a little codger-like. He was fun to talk to, and I got to enjoy chatting with a few people as they came in and out. So anyway, that's it for me now. This video went way too long. I'm sorry that I make such long videos now that I've came back. I guess I have so much stuff to catch up on. So maybe later today, if I make it out to Just For Him, or tomorrow, I'll try to be there and put a video together and see about getting that put up. Maybe I'll try to take a little bit of video in there if they don't mind. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.